The sound of a chainsaw ripping through wood slams into my ears like a gunshot. My stomach drops. No, no, no. I bolt out the front door, barefoot, adrenaline shooting through my veins. And there she is, Karen. Her wiry frame stands with arms crossed, her signature pastel cardigan thrown over her shoulders like she's some kind of dictator. She's standing smugly next to two workers in orange vests, one of them holding a goddamn chainsaw, and right in front of them, my tree. Or, at least, what's left of it. A massive branch already lies split and broken on the pavement. Jagged, raw wood splinters from where it was hacked off. Leaves scatter across the street like a crime scene. I see red. What the hell are you doing? My voice is shaking with rage. Karen doesn't flinch. If anything, she looks amused. Smug. Finally, she says, turning to me with that same tight-lipped, fake smile. I was wondering when you'd come running out, sweetheart. Sweetheart. Oh, she is really asking for it. I storm forward, putting myself between the tree and the workers. The guy with the chainsaw hesitates, glancing at me and then at Karen. Good. At least one of them has some sense. Back the fuck off, I snap, jabbing a finger at Karen. You can't touch this tree. You don't have the authority, she sighs dramatically, shaking her head. Oh, honey, I am the authority. This tree? It's overgrown, it's an eyesore, it's a hazard. Bullshit, I shout. It's a goddamn landmark. It's been here for 100 years. Karen scoffs, rolling her eyes. Oh, spare me the sob story. This isn't a fucking nature preserve. It's a neighborhood. And in my neighborhood, we follow the rules. The HOA has been complaining about this ugly weed for months. I cut her off, stepping closer until I'm practically in her face. Your HOA rules don't mean shit compared to city law, Karen. This tree is protected. For the first time, something flickers in her eyes. Hesitation. Doubt. But just as quickly, she masks it. Her lips curl into a sneer. Protected? Oh, please. Do you think I didn't check? We had an emergency vote in last week's HOA meeting. Majority ruled. Your tree is coming down. I let out a bitter laugh. An HOA vote doesn't override a historical preservation order, you fucking idiot. Karen's eye twitches. For the first time, her composure cracks. Watch your fucking tone, she snaps, stepping forward. Or what, you'll have another meeting about it? I snarl. Her nostrils flare. You little... She stops herself, but the rage is there, bubbling under her skin. I turn to the workers. Listen to me. If you cut another branch, you're breaking city law. I have proof. And if you don't stop right now, I'll have every one of you fined so hard your grandkids will feel it. The chainsaw guy shifts uncomfortably. Look, lady, we were just hired to... I don't give a shit, I snap, cutting him off. Walk away, right now. Karen lets out a sharp, humorless laugh. Oh, don't listen to her, she says, waving her hand dismissively. She's bluffing. She's just another entitled homeowner who thinks she's above the rules. I don't break eye contact with the workers. You cut one more branch and I call the city. You'll be the ones getting sued, not me. Your choice. They hesitate. Karen's eyes darken. I'll sue you for obstruction, she shrieks. You think you can just throw a tantrum and get your way? I run this Ocho? I cross my arms. Yeah? And I have a feeling you're about to lose that job. She blinks. For the first time, she actually looks nervous. And then, like clockwork, I hear the sweetest sound in the world, a car pulling up, a city official steps out, clipboard in hand, stern expression. Karen turns pale. Oh, you are so fucked, I whisper. And this is where the real war begins. Got it? You want pure fire, no slowdown. Let's keep the heat rolling and dive straight into the next section with the same intensity. I'll go full script writing mode, no fluff, just hard-hitting confrontation and plot momentum. The second that city official steps out of the car, Karen knows. Her posture stiffens, the confidence in her eyes flickers, just for a second, but she's too deep in her own bullshit to back down now. "Oh, what the fuck is this?" she spits, turning to me with venom in her voice. "Did you seriously call the city over a fucking tree?" I cross my arms, a slow, smug smile curling on my lips. "Damn right I did." Karen clenches her jaw so tight I swear I hear her teeth grind. "You have got to be kidding me." The city official, a no-nonsense woman in a navy blue suit, adjusts her glasses as she walks up the driveway, flipping through her clipboard. "I'm looking for the homeowner?" I raise my hand, never taking my eyes off Karen. "That's me." Karen whirls to face the official like she's about to throw hands. "Listen, lady, I don't know what bullshit he told you, but this tree was HOA approved for removal. It's been a neighborhood hazard for—" The official holds up a hand, cutting Karen off mid-sentence. "Ma'am, I'm not here for an HOA complaint. I'm here because this address is registered under a protected landmark ordinance." Silence. Dead silence. Karen's face drains of color. The chainsaw worker shifts awkwardly, looking at Karen like she just handed him a ticking bomb. I take one delicious, deep breath and let the moment simmer before leaning in. "Told you." Karen explodes. "Oh, give me a fucking break. This goddamn weed is a landmark?" She lets out an unhinged laugh, throwing her hands up. "You people will protect any piece of overgrown garbage if it means shitting on property values, won't you?" The city official doesn't blink. "Ms. Reynolds," she says, glancing at Karen's HOA badge, "are you admitting to removing parts of a protected historical tree?" Karen flinches. For the first time, she's actually sweating. No. I mean, it's just a fucking tree. Who the hell cares? This is private property." The official flips a page on her clipboard. "This is a designated landmark per the city's 1974 Preservation Act. Any unauthorized removal, damage, or modification of this tree carries a minimum fine of $25,000 per branch." Karen goes stiff. The chainsaw guy straight up drops his saw. I don't even try to hide my grin. "Oh, that's gonna add up real fast," Karen snaps. She whirls on me, face twisted in a mask of pure hatred. "You fucking little rat!" I raise an eyebrow. "A rat who can read laws, apparently." She steps closer, jabbing a shaking finger in my face. "You think you're so fucking smart? Huh? You think you just won?" I lean forward, voice lower, colder. "Oh, Karen, I know I won." Karen seethes. I can see the exact moment she realizes she's fucked. She spins back to the city official, voice desperate now. "This is bullshit. The HOA voted on this." The official stares at her like she's an absolute idiot. "The city does not recognize HOA votes over state preservation laws, Ms. Reynolds." Karen loses her mind. "Oh, for fuck's sake!" She throws her HOA clipboard at the ground, sending papers flying everywhere. "I am so fucking sick of this. You pathetic little nobodies. Clinging to your history bullshit. You think I care about some goddamn tree? I have been running this HOA for 6 years, and I will not be disrespected by some city bureaucrat and a smart-ass neighbor who thinks they're above the rules." I tilt my head. "You done?" Karen breathes heavily. Her whole body is trembling with rage, embarrassment, and, best of all, panic. The city official calmly reaches into her bag and pulls out a bright yellow form. "Ms. Reynolds, you are being issued an immediate violation for destruction of protected property. You may contest it in court, but given the evidence, I suggest you consult legal representation." She hands Karen the ticket. Karen just stares at it. I swear for a second I think she's about to cry. Then she snaps. "This isn't fucking over," she screams, pointing at me like a goddamn cartoon villain. "I will have you thrown out of this neighborhood. I will fucking—" Careful, Karen, I cut in smoothly, stepping closer. You're sounding awfully threatening right now. That's against OA code, isn't it? Her mouth slammed shut. She is shaking with fury. Her fists clench so tight her knuckles turn white. She looks at me, at the city official, at the $25,000 fine in her hand. And then, without another word, she turns and storms off. The second Karen storms off, the neighborhood erupts. It starts as a murmur. A few murmurs turn into chatter, and then full-blown whispers and gasps. Neighbors peek through curtains. Some step onto their porches, arms crossed, watching. A few bolder ones walk up to where I'm standing. A man in a golf shirt and cargo shorts. Bill, 2 doors down, lets out a low whistle. Holy shit, dude. An older woman with a tiny, yapping dog, Mrs. Carmichael, longtime resident, adjusts her oversized sunglasses. Well, that was quite the performance. Another man, gruff, sunburned, Jim the lawn-obsessed guy, just chuckles. She finally lost her goddamn mind. And then, from the side, a voice I hadn't expected. You really think this is over? I turn. It's Brad, HOA's second in command, Karen's loyal fucking lapdog. Tall, broad, always wearing the same beige polo like a damn uniform. He steps forward, arms crossed, a sneer pulling at his lips. You embarrassed her. His voice is low but sharp. I smirk. She embarrassed herself. He's still here, finishing up paperwork, and lowers his voice. You have no idea what you just did. I laugh. Oh, I think I do. Brad's sneer fades. Something dark flickers in his eyes. You just made a very powerful enemy. I step forward, lowering my voice to match his. So did she. For a split second, we just stand there, a silent fucking standoff. And then, he turns on his heel and walks off, disappearing into Karen's house. Yeah, this isn't over. Not by a long shot. That night I'd barely get any sleep. I know Karen's type. She's not the kind of woman who gets humiliated in front of an entire neighborhood and just lets it go. And I'm right. The first hit comes early. 7 a.m., a knock on my door. Loud, deliberate. I open it and bam! 2 code enforcement officers stand there, clipboards in hand. Sir, we're here about multiple violations on your property. I blink. Excuse me? The taller officer sighs. We received multiple complaints through your HOA. I glance over their shoulders, and there she fucking is. Karen, standing at the edge of her yard, arms crossed, smug as hell. My blood boils. I turn back to the officers, forcing myself to keep my voice steady. Violations like what? The second officer flips a page. Unauthorized modifications to your front yard. Improper trash bin placement. A report of unsafe tree debris obstructing the sidewalk. My hands curl into fists. Are you fucking kidding me? The first officer, who actually looks sympathetic, shrugs. We have to follow up. HOA complaints trigger automatic inspections. I take a slow, deep breath. Calm, stay calm. Then, with a tight smile, I step aside. Come in. Look around. See for yourself. The officers glance at each other, then step forward. They walk the property, check everything, take notes. After about 10 minutes, they come back. And just as I fucking expected, yeah, there's nothing here. I cross my arms. No shit. The second officer sighs, rubbing his temple. We'll file this as an unfounded complaint. Karen's smirk drops. I grin. Hey, officers, I say, just loud enough for Karen to hear. How many false complaints before it's considered harassment? They exchange a look. The first officer clears his throat. Technically, 3. I turn my head just enough to lock eyes with Karen. Her lips thin. Her jaw tightens. Round 1, mine. I should have known she'd go bigger. because the next night I get a fucking email. Subject: mandatory OHA meeting, discussion of neighborhood conduct. Oh, for fuck's sake. The neighborhood gathers. The room is packed. People whisper. Some look concerned. Others just curious. At the front, Karen. She stands behind a long-ass conference table, flanked by Brad and a couple of the HOA's other cronies. She clears her throat, taps the microphone, and smiles. "Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. We have some important issues to discuss tonight." I fold my arms. Oh, this is gonna be good. Karen's gaze locks onto me. Unfortunately, due to certain recent events, it has become clear that some residents believe they are above HOA rules and regulations. A few neighbors shift uncomfortably. I just lean back. It has also become clear, Karen continues, that certain individuals are trying to bring outside authorities into our community in an attempt to disrupt the balance we have worked so hard to maintain. A few people nod. Some murmur in agreement. "So," Karen says, voice syrupy sweet, "I would like to propose a new motion, one that will ensure this neighborhood remains safe from unnecessary interference." She pulls out a printed document and slides it across the table. The title: Proposed Amendment, Stricter Regulations on Landscaping, External Communications, and Code Enforcement Appeals. I snort. "Oh, that's adorable," I say loudly. "You trying to rewrite the rules so you don't get sued?" Karen's eyes flash. "This is about keeping order. This is about covering your ass." Brad slams a hand on the table. "You've done enough damage, asshole." I grin. "Oh, you mean stopping you from breaking the fucking law?" Tension cracks through the room like a live wire. Some neighbors look conflicted, others pissed. Then Mrs. Carmichael stands up. "Karen, dear," she says, adjusting her pearls, "I was on the preservation board when that tree was listed." "You're lying," Karen freezes. A few gasps, a shift in the crowd. Then another voice. "I don't like how this is being handled," Jim the lawn guy mutters. Another murmur. Karen's face turns red. I lean forward, resting my chin on my hand. "You're losing them, Karen," she seethes, and for the first time she looks worried. Karen is losing, and people like Karen, they don't lose quietly. She needs to hit back hard, and when I wake up the next morning, she does. It starts with a letter, stuffed into my mailbox, stamped with official HOA branding. I rip it open, already knowing it's some fresh bullshit. And oh, it is. Notice of immediate fines and sanctions. Dear homeowner, due to multiple violations, your property is now subject to the following: $500 fine, failure to comply with neighborhood beautification standards; $750 fine, unauthorized tree debris obstructing public walkways; $1,000 fine, violation of HOA conduct policies, including public disturbances that resulted in unnecessary escalation with city officials. Furthermore, the HOA is currently reviewing your standing as a resident in good faith within the community. My fucking jaw drops. Karen is trying to fine me into submission. Oh, this bitch. I barely have time to process it before my phone buzzes. Text from my neighbor, Bill. "Dude, Karen just sent out a community warning email. She's calling you a hostile presence." I text back, "LOL, send me a screenshot." Not 5 seconds later, my phone dings, and there it is. Karen's official smear campaign. Subject: URGA notice, safety and community concerns. Dear residents, as your elected HOA president, it is my duty to ensure that our neighborhood remains a safe and peaceful place. Unfortunately, recent events have revealed the presence of an uncooperative, disruptive homeowner who has repeatedly challenged the HOA's authority. endangered property values, and brought outside interference into our community. We encourage residents to report any further violations committed by this individual. Additionally, an emergency meeting will be scheduled to discuss potential disciplinary actions. Thank you for your cooperation, Karen Reynolds, HOA President. I bark out a laugh. She's trying to turn the neighborhood against me. Oh, sweetheart, this is war. If Karen wants to make this a public spectacle, fine. Let's make it really fucking public. I grab my phone, open the neighborhood Facebook group, and I start typing. Hey neighbors, just so we're all on the same page. Karen cut down a protected historical tree on my property, got caught by the city, and is now trying to fine me into silence. She's using your HOA fees to cover her legal mess. And now, she's sending out community warnings because she doesn't like getting called out. So, tell me, who's really the problem here? Post. Less than 5 minutes later, the comments section explodes. Jim, the lawn guy. Wait, she cut down a protected tree? Mrs. Carmichael, I knew it! I was there when that tree was listed in 1974. She's lying to all of you. Random neighbor. 1. Yo, WTF. We pay HOA fees for this? Random neighbor. 2. Can we get her removed? Oh ho, now we're talking. By the time I step outside, Karen is waiting. Arms crossed, lips twisted into a furious sneer. You smug little shit. I smirk. Morning, Karen. You sleep well? She marches up to me. You think this is funny? Her voice is shaking. You are spreading lies. I lean against my fence. Karen, I posted facts. I can't help it if the truth makes you look bad. She lunges closer, finger jabbing at my chest. You're a goddamn menace. A few neighbors start to gather. Jim crosses his arms. Mrs. Carmichael watches from her porch. Karen sees them, and she loses her shit. Listen to me, you ungrateful fox, she shrieks. I have kept this neighborhood in order for 6 goddamn years. I have sophisticated everything to maintenance standards. Karen, I raise a brow. You sound unhinged. Her face turns red. She points at the watching neighbors. And you, her voice cracks. Do you honestly think you can run this community without me? A pause. Then, Mrs. Carmichael takes off her sunglasses and says the words that end Karen's reign. Yes. Silence. Karen stiffens. She whips around, expecting support. She gets nothing. The neighbors are watching, waiting, and then someone claps, then another, and suddenly a fucking applause breaks out. Karen's face twists into horrified disbelief. She's lost, completely. She stumbles back. For the first time, she looks small. Then, without another word, she turns and storms away. And I smile. A week later, the vote happens. The turnout, bigger than any HOA meeting in years. Karen sits at the front looking pale as hell. Brad is next to her, jaw tight. The meeting begins. Karen tries to regain control. She fails, and when the final votes are counted, 87% in favor of her removal. Karen's face is frozen in shock. She stands up. No, this is rigged. This is a witch hunt. The board ignores her. Her title? Gone. Her power? Gone. And when she finally storms out of the room defeated, the neighborhood erupts into cheers. The next morning, Karen's house is up for sale. No goodbye, no statement, nothing. By the end of the month, she's gone. I step outside, taking a deep breath of victory, and where my old tree stood, a new sapling grows. Because history, it fucking stays. And Karen? She's just another forgotten chapter. Karen may have lost the vote. She may have lost her title. But people like her, they don't just accept defeat. They go nuclear. And at 6 a.m. the next morning, I find out exactly how low she's willing to go. because the moment I step outside, my car's gone. At first I think it's stolen. Then I see the bright orange towing notice taped to my mailbox. Violation. Vehicle parked in restricted area. Ordered by HOA president. I blink, then I fucking laugh. This woman, this raging lunatic, doesn't even have HOA power anymore, but she still tried to tow my car. She's desperate, flailing, reaching for control that isn't hers anymore, and I'm about to make damn sure she never gets it back. By noon, the whole neighborhood is buzzing because Karen, in all her delusional, power-hungry insanity, has called an emergency meeting. No one knows how, no one knows why, but everyone shows the hell up. Karen sits at the front, looking composed, but her eyes are twitching. She's sweating, and when she finally speaks, her voice is too controlled, too forced. "I have brought you all here today," she begins, "to discuss a serious threat to our community." I already know where this is going. Resident, she continues, has actively worked against the integrity of this neighborhood, spread misinformation, and disrupted the peace. She turns dramatically to face me. I move for a full HOA sanction against, my name also, effective immediately. The room, dead fucking silent, because at this point, Karen is a joke. She slams a hand on the table, face beet red. "Order!" she shrieks. "This is a serious matter." I lean forward, smirking. "Karen," I say, voice dripping with amusement, "you're not HOA president anymore. You don't get to move for sanctions. You don't get to call emergency meetings. Hell, you barely get to sit at this table." She shakes. "I still have power." "No, sweetheart," I say. "You have a seat at the loser's table." And just like that, she snaps. She lunges out of her chair, knocking over a stack of papers. "You piece of shit!" A voice cuts through the chaos. "Karen Reynolds?" The room freezes, because standing at the doorway, a goddamn city investigator, tall, suit-clad, holding a fat-ass folder with Karen's name on it. Karen's face drains of color. The investigator steps forward, flipping open the folder. "We received multiple complaints about illegal HOA activity, including unauthorized fines, tampering with city permits, and fraudulent use of community funds." The neighbors gasp. "Karen? She doesn't move." "We've conducted a full audit of HOA transactions over the past 3 years," the investigator continues, "and based on our findings, we're forwarding this case for formal prosecution." Prosecution. The word hits the room like a bomb. Karen finally moves. "You can't do this," she shrieks. "This is harassment." The investigator pulls out a single document and reads from it. "Karen Reynolds, as of today, you are formally being charged with financial misconduct and abuse of authority. Please stand." Karen, she tries to run, but Brad, her own damn second in command, stands up and blocks the exit. Karen whirls on him. "You traitor!" Brad just shrugs. "You made your bed, Karen." Karen shakes, gasping like a cornered animal, and finally, she breaks. She screams, "You think you've won? This neighborhood will fall apart without me. You need me. I built this community." I lean back in my chair watching the spectacle. Then, with pure satisfaction, I say the final words that end her. "Nah, we were just waiting for the chance to burn it all down." Karen, gone. Removed from the HOA, banned from community leadership, facing legal charges. By the next week, her house is up for sale. By the next month, she's moved out. And the neighborhood finally fucking breathes. I step outside one last time, looking at my yard. And where my old tree once stood, a new sapling grows. Because history, it fucking stays. And Karen, She's just another forgotten mistake. The day after Karen gets publicly humiliated, stripped of power, and slapped with legal charges, I expect her to do the one sane thing, shut the fuck up and leave. But no, because people like Karen, they don't go quietly, they thrash, they scream, they go down swinging, even when the fight is already lost. So when I wake up that morning and step outside, I see her, standing in my fucking driveway, waiting. Her once perfectly styled hair, a frizzy disaster, her usually pristine cardigan, wrinkled and off-kilter. She looks unhinged, like a woman with nothing left to lose. And the second she sees me, she marches forward. You! I sip my coffee. Me? Her hands are shaking, her eyes are wild. You ruined me. I tilt my head. Nah, you did that yourself. She lets out a bitter, humorless laugh. Oh, you think you're so fucking smart, don't you? She hisses, voice laced with pure venom. You think you've won? I take another slow sip. Karen, you've already lost. Her jaw clenches. Then, in a voice so low it's almost a whisper, she leans in. You have no idea what's coming for you. And for the first time in this entire battle, I feel a chill creep up my spine, because there's something in her tone, something that sounds too confident, too sure. She's got something big, and as she turns on her heel and walks away, I realize she's not done yet. I find out exactly what she meant 2 days later, when a letter arrives, but not just any bullshit HOA fine this time. No. This one's from a fucking lawyer. Legal notice. Formal lawsuit filed. Plaintiff Karen Reynolds. Defendant. My name. Charges. Defamation. Harassment. Intentional emotional distress. Damages requested. $250,000. I stare. Then I laugh. A deep, full-bodied, ugly fucking laugh. Because this is her last play. A bullshit, baseless, desperate-ass lawsuit, and it's hilarious, but also fucking annoying, because now I have to destroy her again. 3 weeks later, we face off one last time. In court. Karen sits at the plaintiff's table, her cheap-ass lawyer looking about as confident as a goldfish in a shark tank. I sit at the defendant's table, my own lawyer, a goddamn beast. Court proceedings begin. Karen takes the stand, voice wobbly, eyes fake teary. He harassed me, she whimpers. Turned the neighborhood against me, spread lies about me. It was cruel. I don't even flinch, because the second she finishes talking, my lawyer stands and unleashes hell. Ms. Reynolds, are you aware that you were caught on camera screaming at my client, calling him a menace and a piece of shit in front of multiple witnesses? Karen's face twitches. I was emotional. Are you also aware, my lawyer cuts her off, that you sent out a public email calling my client a danger to the community before you were removed from office for misconduct? Karen's lips part. No words come out. The lawyer presses forward. Are you aware that you are the one with multiple formal complaints filed against you? That you were caught breaking city laws? That you were removed from your position because you abused your power? Karen is shaking because she knows. She fucking knows. The judge leans forward. Ms. Reynolds, do you have any actual evidence of defamation, harassment, or emotional distress? Silence. More silence. Then Karen's lawyer sighs. No further questions, Your Honor. And just like that, case dismissed. Karen's final attack? Dead in the water. Karen storms out of the courtroom, her lawyer practically running away from her. I step outside just in time to see her losing her mind on the sidewalk. This isn't fair, she screeches. This whole system is fucking broken. I walk up beside her, hands in my pockets. Karen. She whirls around, eyes wild. What? I lean in. You're done, she snarls. Fuck you? I smile. See you never, sweetheart. And then I walk away. 1 month later, Karen's house is empty. No one knows where she went. No one cares. The neighborhood heals. The HOA restructures. And me? I plant a new tree in my yard, right where the old one stood. Because history, it fucking stays. And Karen, she's just a footnote.